What's up, YouTube? It is Thursday morning, bright and early. I pulled a name out of the hat for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, so I have a winner. But I figured since I'm out here, we're going to just go take a little walk through the garden. It's been a couple weeks. The other day, was it 2 days ago or 3 days ago, we had some rain. I mean, it came down probably 5 to 6 inches of rain, and I had to pull half of my onions out because they were sitting in water. My pepper plants were sitting in water. They all drooped, so I had to pick all the cherry peppers off. Well, anyway, let's go take a look. Now you see I got most of the potatoes out of the ground. Robin canned up, I don't know, 15, 16 jars. We're going to do some more yet. I still got some more potatoes I got to pull out. The beans are starting to make some string beans here. These Vortex beans. Some ran up the trellis, some are just running all over the place, but that's fine. But it's starting to make some beans, so we'll be able to can some and eat some. There's one right here, you see. Probably can get out here pretty soon and start picking them. The spaghetti squash is exploding. I mean, I counted the other day of what I could see, about 30 of them. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're everywhere. 6, 7. There's one that's getting rotten. 8, 9. I mean, it is loaded with spaghetti squash. So we should have a good amount of spaghetti squash to put aside, eat some and put aside for the winter months, because they'll hold up really good. I got to get the rest of these potatoes out of the ground, and we're starting to get some blight on the tomatoes because the rain has just been horrendous. So you see I pulled out my cherry peppers because they just were drooping because they're sitting in mud and water, which is alright. The peppers were ready to go, so I got a whole bunch of them over there. I'm going to be canning them today, pickling them. And I got a bunch of crookneck squash in here I got to get out. We've been grilling those. Pickles, I don't know how many jars of pickles we got. Enough to get us to next year. I ferment them, and I also jarred up probably about 15 jars. Starting to get a couple little eggplants. I noticed the other day they're in there. This is spaghetti squash taking over. So these beans here, this is the fall beans that Robin's trying to grow. Actually, we got them late, but hopefully I can get a few out for seed for next year, and then next year I'll make a nice row of them. Cucumbers, blah. I got enough cucumbers. They're starting to go. See, down this area here, because I'm like on a gradual grade, so all that rain, all the water came down here and was sitting in this area. And these pepper plants were underwater. Half of my onions were underwater. See all the mud? So I pulled up half. I diced them up in my French fry, and Robin froze them. We still got a few bags from last year, so I might do a little more, but these I'll pick and eat as we go along. I'll probably do some more. We did some shallots too, froze them. Yeah, the kale just keeps going. You know all about the kale. The tomatoes are the next thing. Probably that will be canning. Getting my beds ready for the fall seeding of the greens. I planted some spinach not too long ago. It's doing pretty good. I still got a lot of Swiss chard. I got more beets yet. Getting these all ready. I'll be reseeding them. I still got a bunch of cabbage yet. I'm probably going to eat some cabbage today. I pulled a bunch of peppers off. The tomatoes are starting to get the blight, as you can see, because we've been getting these rains like crazy, so that's okay. I'm starting to see them ripen up, so hopefully that happens before the plants go kaput. And I still got these beets in here yet. They're starting to form some beets, so we canned up 14 cans. I might do some more. to hold us off until next year. I'm probably going to do another 14 jars. Same thing with carrots. We got a lot of carrots yet. I still got a whole bunch of them going down there, so I'll be doing some fermenting and canning some more up. Some more beets. The broccolis all went to flower, but I've been feeding these to YAMLs. That's why I leave them in here. Pull off a couple leaves, the flowers stuck. The rabbits, they love them. That's what we're doing with that. And you know, I haven't been in here doing a lot of weeding because I had company for a couple of weeks, so I just haven't been out here. And as you can see, the tomatoes are starting to get ripe. Brandy wine, we had a few of those the other day. There's a Cherokee purple back there. Beans are running up this stalk. So here, this one right here, this tomato, this is the Sweet 1 Million. Boy, that thing is loaded down with tomatoes. This is the first year I tried this. Next year I'm gonna get a couple more of these. Even more so than the Sweet 100s. It's just loaded with tomatoes, and they're really good. So to see some of the weeds have been taken over, and the Japanese beetles have been chewing on my beans. So, and the tomatoes in the pots, actually the tomatoes in the pots are still looking pretty good. I mean, you don't really see much blight on them, a little bit, but we've been eating a lot of these tomatoes. The yellow, this one is called the Golden Boy, pretty good. This is the black cherry. This is a orange Wellington, is okay. A green zebra. This is the one I want to try yet. I wait till they get a little more ripe yet. These is the black trifle, Japanese black trifle, and the yellow pear, and a patio. All the garlic I pulled out. I got it hanging up in the barn up there in the garage. And now you can see now that the butternut squash is starting to take over. It's got a lot of room to grow. Still got more potatoes I got to get out of the ground. I'll give you a quick peek at the garlic. It's going to be a little lengthy video, but I haven't made one in a while. I made a couple the other day. Let's take a look. I tell you, boy, that rain. Oh, I got to show you the gugusa. What was it, 3 days ago I made a video and showed you the gugusa? I want you to see how big that thing is already. Here's all my garlic. I got it in here curing. This is a German white. There's about 600, I guess. I'm going to sell 200, and I got to have a bunch to replant and some to eat. So, loving the garlic. Let's take a quick peek at this gugusa. I think, was it 2 or 3 days ago, I showed you one of the gourds grown. And I'm thinking it was, oh, I don't know, maybe 8-10 inches long. If it was that, I don't know, I forget. I have to look back at the video. Now look at it. Look at that. Are you kidding me? You know how fast this thing was maybe this big where my thumb is maybe 3 days ago. Look at that. I'll be picking that in maybe 2 more days. That thing will be ready to go. There's another one. There's a bunch of them in here. The bottom of the plants are looking a little crappy. I don't know, it might be because of all the heavy duty rain, but the tops are looking really good. So there's a few more of them in there growing. I say there's probably, oh, I don't know, there's got to be maybe 5-6 of them in there growing. So that's cool. Only other thing I want to show you was the dynamite popcorn. That's doing very well. And that Georgia candy pumpkin, that specialty pumpkin, is running wild. Look at it, it's running wild. They got a couple of them growing. So I'm hoping that they mature. And there's one right there. There's a bunch of them in there growing. It's going up the fence. It's climbing up in here. It's running that way. And the corn looks really nice and green and healthy looking, so hopefully we get some ears of popcorn. and have some more seed the next year. Next year maybe I'll grow a little bit more of it if it does good. So here's the Georgia candy. There's another little guy, there's another little guy, there's another little guy. There's a bunch of them growing. The plant's still looking pretty good. Let's wish the rain slows down, because this thing was actually wilting a little bit too the other day with all the rain. But she's looking better. We got some nice sunny days. It'll dry it up. It's starting to dry up now. And the greenhouse, this was all water laying in here. It's drying up. And the greenhouse I've been going through, and I pulled out the cucumber plants out in there because they were about had it. These Sweet 100s just keep producing. I mean, we're pulling out a lot of tomatoes out of these plants here, and they're still looking pretty good, nice and healthy. I mean, you got a little bit here and there, but other than that, in this inside this greenhouse, they're doing pretty good. Sweet potatoes are still growing and making flowers. I don't know much about sweet potatoes. I only grew them 1 year before. Is flowering a good thing? I don't know. We'll see what I get in here. I figure I'd try them in this year because I can extend the season in here and grow them a little longer. Because the last time I grew them was outside. I got some sweet potatoes, but they were really small. We got one gugucha growing in here. This is a different variety. The only female that I seen. So I pollinated it by hand. So maybe we'll get one. We'll see what it comes to. I don't know. Like I say, this is a different variety. See how small the leaves are compared to the other one? We'll see. Alright, you two, let's get to the winner now. Enough with me flapping my lip. So here's the 2 ounce round. The Mount Rushmore. It's a nice round. And I also got a pack of gugucha seeds. I like to see some other people growing these guguchas. So this is what we got. And I pulled a name out of the hat. And the winner is Jesse James. Now this guy lives in Minnesota, I believe. He's got a huge garden. The guy does really good. Him and his wife grow a big garden. They can everything. They do, he does a lot of fishing videos. He's a cool dude. He does a lot of other stuff. He goes around in his RV and sightsees all different places. So Jesse James, you send me a PM and tell me where you want me to mail this, and you are the winner. Congratulations. The gugucha seeds and a 2 ounce round. And all you other guys out there, go check out Jesse James. I'll leave a link in the description. Alright, YouTube, take it easy.